Yo, what is going on, guys? J.Yumeko here, and today we're back with some more CLANNAD. Now, last time we left off, we were trying to figure out a way to get around the student council in order for us to officially form this club. So, we schemed for a little bit, came up with a couple ideas that just wouldn't really pan out, and so we finally settled on this. Basically, us and Sunahara are gonna act as like basically ghost members, and I think there might be one more who's also gonna help us out. But yeah, we're basically gonna act as ghost members, and so really right now all we need is an advisor. So we've approached the previous drama club advisor, and he's directed us towards one of the previous members of the drama club. So I believe we should soon be on our way to meet them. But without further ado, we're going to jump right on back into it. Homeroom eventually ends, meaning the school day is officially over. 2C reads the sign we've all gathered under. The kids inside eye us with suspicion as they get ready to go home. It'd be tough to leave your class when 3 upperclassmen are milling around the front door. Go ahead and talk to her, Furukawa. Sunahara and I will be waiting here. Yes. She obediently nods and saunters into the classroom. She gets the attention of one of the female students and asks her a question. The girl points toward the window. There, I see another girl. Furukawa thanks the first girl, then begins to walk toward the window. Once she does, she starts to talk to the girl there. Hey, punk! You're trying to avoid looking at me, aren't you? Sunahara's killing time by picking fights with passing boys. I just keep my eyes fixed on Furukawa. She's smiling and moving her hands all over the place as she desperately explains her case. After a bit, it's her turn to listen next. She nods again and again at the girl's words. She strikes me as the quiet type. Eventually, the class empties to the point where they're the only two inside. Don't you think it's okay to go in now? Sunahara asks me a question. Yeah, I guess. We enter in after her. What's up? We're the drama club. Sunahara greets her in an intimidating fashion. Sorry to intrude. Not at all. The girl looks down. So what's up, Furukawa? Well, there's a problem. What is it? Come on, you can tell me. Nishina-san seems to want to make a choral club. But she's in the same situation as us with no advisor. And she says that she asked Komura-senpai to be her club advisor the other day. But when she did, she didn't have anyone else who wanted to join her club. It was just her. After that, though, she spent time finding other members, and now she has 3. Nishina-san worked very hard to make everything happen. I see. I guess that is a problem. Yes. We want to ask Komura-sensei to be our advisor, but Nishina-san wants to ask as well. What should we do? Furukawa has her eyes set on mine. I guess we'll try another teacher. I offer a compromise. I tried other teachers. The choral club girl begins to talk, her face still to the ground. But the only ones who aren't advisors seem to be Komura-sensei and people like the principal and vice principal. Looks like a fight over the old man then. But we do have seniority here, you know. Knock it off. I'm sorry for taking your time. We'll talk it over and come back. Goodbye for now. She bows her head to the second-year student before pushing us out of the class. I'm gonna say it again. We're the older students here. If we don't tell her otherwise, she'll pull it out on her own. I don't want that to happen. We ought to be the same. We both began at the same starting line, so we can't let the fact that we're a little older than her decide the outcome. And on top of that, I'm alone. When I talked to her, I lied to her about how many potential club members we have. She worked so hard to gather 3 members. Even though we began at the same starting line, she might already be ahead of me. Hey, you're doing a lot too. You're working like crazy. I know that for a fact. Don't give up. Keep on at it. I'm sure there's something we can do. You really think so? Listen, you. Oops, guess my tongue slipped there. Sheesh, sorry. Don't make that scary face at me. Okay, I think it's about time for me to break off. Say hi to your mom and dad for me. Uh-huh. Okay. Thank you for your help today. Furukawa watches Sunahara as he walks off. Ugh, I can't believe him.
But today really was a lot of fun.
Huh?
It's a lot of fun when all of us work toward the same goal.
We've come up completely empty-handed. I can't understand what would cause a person to smile in the end despite that. But that's all I need to see, to feel like this day of scrambling around school was worthwhile. But the feeling only lasts for a moment, scattering when I see someone's small figure leaning against the door of a neighboring classroom down the hall. That's... You go ahead. I think we all know who this is.
Why? Can't we go home together?
Well, I forgot something. Leaving Furukawa behind, I run after the silhouette. Hey! What are you doing?
What?
She jumps back in a fluster.
Ah! The weird person!
Yep, it's the weird person. But aren't you pretty weird yourself too?
No, Fuko isn't weird at all. If Fuko had to choose, she'd say she's just a normal, well-behaved girl.
Yeah, stealing is totally what a normal, well-behaved girl would do. So what bad deeds are you plotting today?
Fuko doesn't ever do anything bad. Fuko's only trying to bring happiness to people.
Huh? Just what are you planning?
Well, let's say, with this overly cute...
She embraces the carving. And again, travels to her fantasy world. Just what am I supposed to do? Time for... You know what time it is. It's time for a prank. What kind of prank? Make her drink juice with a nose level 2 or put her around somewhere? Let's try and put her around somewhere. I grab Fuko by the shoulders and pull her forward step by step. I take a turn at the corner and leave the tranced out Fuko at the end of a narrow passageway. I then innocently return to my position in the corridor to wait for her. It's taking some time.
Ah!
With her wits once again about her, Fuko runs out of the passageway.
Fuko is in some strange place just now. There was a line of many weirdly shaped toilet bowls.
Excellent, you learned something new. The place you just described is called the male washroom.
Why was Fuko in such a place?
How should I know? Maybe you just wandered in there without realizing it.
So that's what happened. Please intervene before something like that happens again.
How about you stop spacing out?
Fuko is not spacing out. If you have to know, Fuko's always extremely sharp.
Just what part of you is sharp? Anyway, you should be thankful it's me you're dealing with. If you act so defenseless in front of some weirdo, they might just go and kidnap you. Fuko's pointing her finger at me sharply. Well, yeah, I wouldn't deny it. But not just me, you know. Other weirdos like me are going to show up. You don't want that to happen, do you? Right now, she must be imagining a dozen of me yelling heave-ho while carrying her away. That's kind of freakish.
That's the worst.
See? Although it featured me, your impression is incredibly right on the spot. But that's exactly the reason why we must not let that happen. You need to stop zoning out like that.
Fuko's extremely sensitive to her surroundings, so there's nothing to worry about.
Very well. Next time I'll try something extreme to prove how much of a brickhead you are. Carving the oath onto my heart, I turn around and walk away. Fuko is a character, isn't she? It's still not too late. Maybe I should catch up with Furukawa. But if I have to run just to catch up with her, isn't that like chasing after a girl's ass? As I keep on walking with my head occupied with such thought. That's a very interesting way to put it. Thwack! Ah! Someone just forcibly put something inside my shirt. Something huge. There's only one idiot who would do something like this. You little... She's already out of the reach by the time I turn around. It seems silly to chase after her now. I take out the thing she stuck inside my shirt. What the heck is this? carving of a star? It's about as big as a fully opened hand. It looks like a star no matter how I look at it. Is this what she's been carving? If it is, does she really need 700 of these? For what reason? A hobby? Or art? Did God instruct her to do it? Jeez, I don't understand her at all. The star is badly balanced, not to mention the wood scales, which are virtually everywhere. But I know how much effort she put into this. Just what am I supposed to do with this thing? To be frank, it's burdensome. Leave it somewhere and we'll take it home. We're not gonna do Fuko like that. How do I take it back home? My flat bag can't possibly hold this. Guess I have to find a different bag to put it in. I pass through the school entrance, but there's no one to be found. This hour is the limbo between when the clubless students go home and when clubs finish for the day. I'm going home. Just as I walk down the hill. Oh, you got here just in time. I meet Tsunohara again. What is it? Help me out. I can have that guy listen to you play guitar again. No, not today. What is it then? If it costs money, I don't have any. I'm about to make my room super cyber. How? I'm gonna borrow a TV and a VCR from one of the second years. Wow, that really is super cyber. It sounds like this guy's pretty obsessed too. He's got a ton of dirty videos. Dang, I might stop coming to school entirely. I'll start calling you Pornohara Yuhei as of tomorrow. You say that, mister, but you like that kind of stuff too, don't ya? I don't dislike it, but I don't know about watching that kind of thing shoulder to shoulder with another guy. Huh, if that's what you're worried about, one of us just needs to be considerate of the other when it really matters and leave the room. I appreciate it when others consider it, but I'm not sure about that. Okay, let's go. We're either gonna help him or not help him. I actually think that we already did this before. I'm pretty sure that what ends up happening is we go and pick up the DVD and the VCR, and it all just turns out to be like children's stuff, like fucking kids TV shows and shit. So I think he pretty much just gets like scammed out of it. So this time we're just gonna not help because we already know what happens. Tsunohara walks off alone. What, aren't you coming? And hey, don't pull the same gag on me twice like this! He comes back. It's not a gag, it's just more trouble than it's worth. You wanna watch too, don't you? Not particularly. Don't be like that, help me out! I don't wanna have to lug a TV and a VCR around. Ask someone else. I see how it is. Fine. I wouldn't want to let you watch these videos anyway. Sarah runs off like a child. I'm going home. Another night in Tsunohara's room. Let's watch some videos. Wait, there aren't any here. Why not? Because you didn't help me! You think I'd be able to carry something that heavy on my own? Ah, jeez. He rolls to face the ceiling, looking bored. If you have that much time on your hands, why don't you practice the guitar? Tsunohara's guitar was still in its case, already buried under a pile of dirty clothes. Oh yeah, guitar. I talked to the guy I borrowed it from, but it was going to take way too long to really learn how to play. It just felt like I was ways off from being able to actually find fun with it. I thought you were going to get good and have Yoshino Yusuke listen to you jam. Yeah, I guess I did say that. You seem so motivated too. Oh yeah, when I told my little sister that I got Yoshino's business card, she was super surprised. So I told her she could have the business card, and that made her really happy. In other words, he's already satisfied with a stint as a guitarist. I'm pretty sure there's a path that you can go down that's fully focused on Tsunohara's sister for some reason. Because I'm pretty sure we actually almost went down that path, because I remember there being a thing where if you decide to, like, because earlier on you could, like, fuck with this, like, mixtape that he had of Yosuke Yusine, whatever the guy's name, the guitarist's, like, music on it. You can mess with it, ruin it, and then that gets his sister pissed at him. So you can decide to help him mediate with the sister, or you can go down the path of Kyo and Ryo, which is what I ended up doing. But we were very close to going down that route, which we might do that later on. I can't say I'm shocked. I feel sad for you as a friend. Huh? About what? And anyway, if we're gonna talk about music, you can't beat hip-hop. Let's listen to some Bomberhead. Please, no. Compared to that, I much rather prefer Yoshino Yusuke's songs. Though, of course, I've still only heard a few of them. I'll cut back on wasteful purchases next month and buy a CD. I get home at around 3 in the morning. Damn. Even so, he's up. Alone, drinking. I ignore him and try to pass straight in front of him. Tomoya-kun. He calls my name. Hey, Tomoya-kun. He calls my name again when I don't stand still. If I don't listen to what he wants now, he might follow me to my room. My only choice is to stop. What do you want? Did you make this, Tomoya-kun? Make what? I narrow my eyes. In his hands is a wooden star. After I got it from Fuko, I just tossed it in this room when I came home after school to change clothes. I think it was in the cloth bag where I keep my gym shoes, though. So he took it without asking me? And then he was staring at it because he thought I made it? All this time? Did you make this in art class? It's cute. He strokes its rugged surface. Idiot. Of course I didn't make that. Oh. I guess you wouldn't. It is awfully cute. So what is it then? Someone just handed it to me. A friend? Yeah. Well, we should take good care of it in that case. You want us to share it? I shudder at the thought. You can have it. So I tell him that. What? Really? Is that alright? He sounds happy. Yeah, it's yours. Do whatever you want with it. Okay. I'll take good care of it then. For both of us. He seems to be done with me. I go back to my room and bury myself in my futon. The home troubles. Those were never resolved in the other route. In Kyo and Ryo routes, which isn't very surprising. I'm gonna guess that those are probably gonna be resolved in Furukawa's route here. Obviously, because, you know, she's the main girl here.
Good morning.
Yeah, morning. Furukawa comes up and stands beside me as she always does.
Are you not sleepy today?
No, not that much.
That means you can concentrate in class.
I'm not sure concentration is going to do much for me at this point.
That's not true at all. It's good to take classes. They're not just for getting good scores on tests. That's what I think. Do you not think that, Okazaki-kun?
I sure don't.
I see.
What a dull conversation. Still, I can tell that Furukawa is trying her hardest to find something to talk about. That's why I don't really mind whether or not the conversation is boring. At least it's a comfortable one. The subtle changes in his attitude. I think that was actually something I noted before when I played, is that the more he talked to Furukawa, the more he kind of eased up a bit, you know, kind of getting comfortable out of his comfortable zone, if you will. You know, I never asked. Are you smart? I ask her the question as we're partway up the hill.
What? Of course not.
She looks perplexed for a second before answering. She makes it sound like that's just her lot in life. But it's not like you had to repeat a year because your grades are bad, so you can't be dumb. The entrance exam to this school isn't exactly easy either.
I can usually only score well in tests during the first trimester of the school year. But then I start taking more and more time off school, so I can't attend class, and eventually I can't keep up.
But you're taking the same classes this year that you took last. That must make him easy, right?
That may be true, but
Good enough for me. I'll be counting on you when the tests come around.
what? Me?
Yeah.
Okay. I may not be able to do enough to help you out, but I'll try my best to teach you.
You can just focus on the most important parts.
What? That's not something I know how to do. I believe that you can't get a good score on a test without studying everything.
Seriously? So I can't learn it all in one night?
Of course not. You have to slowly build up what you know.
If only we were in the same class.
Oh, that's something I think as well.
And then I'd be able to cheat off you.
That's not something I think.
We pass through the school's entrance. I go to put on my hall slippers, then wait for Furukawa. She doesn't end up showing, so I go over to look at the shoe rack for class. Furukawa's there, lost in looking at a scrap of paper she's holding. What's that? She quickly hides it behind her back. And now I'm really curious.
There's no reason to be. It's just something boring.
Then show it to me.
I can't do that
Why not?
because it's very boring. You'll be disappointed when you read it, Okazaki-kun.
That's fine with me. It's not like it'll cause you trouble if I read it, right?
Well, that's true, but
I'm glad she's honest about it. I see the sheet of white paper by her waist and snatch it away.
oh, you can't.
I read it. Give up on the drama club. If you don't, you're not going to like what happens. It's written entirely in characters drawn using a ruler. Huh? What is this?
It's...
Someone's trying to threaten you here.
No, I'm sure it's a joke.
If it is, it's one hell of a bad joke, wouldn't you say? I remember the face of the girl we met after school yesterday. She didn't look like the kind of person who'd do something like this, but...
Of course not. She would never do something like this. Please believe her.
Yeah, it's probably the doing of one of her other club members.
What? You shouldn't suspect students we haven't even met yet.
Well, yeah, but... Furukawa starts to get an accusatory look, so I decide to cave in. Fine, I don't suspect anyone yet.
Okay.
But you should at least be careful, okay?
Be careful of what?
You know, of your surroundings.
Why would I do that?
Why? It says right here that you're not going to like what happens. I keep myself from saying the words. If I do, she'll accuse me again. So what? Does that mean I need to be keeping an eye on her around the clock? I can't do that.
Something wrong?
It's nothing.
Shall we go to class?
Yeah, I guess so. Furukawa's body shakes unnaturally when she starts walking. Furukawa. I catch her in my arms from behind. She's warm and soft. The hair that brushes against my nose smells good.
Thank you. I just stumbled a little. I'm okay.
Oh, I see. I let go of her. Finally, the canon events are starting to happen. The good old classic falling into our arms on accident. I really held her tight just now. I hope no one saw that. I turn around. Yo! Sunohara's right there. How long have you been standing there? Of all times for him to show up this early.
From about the time you tried and failed to push Furukawa to the ground to have your way with her.
Oh, okay then. Hold on, that never happened!
I saw how tightly you were embracing her.
I wasn't embracing her, I just helped her because she was about to fall over.
Is that so? It certainly didn't look like that from behind. You really rushed straight in to grab her.
There's a reason for that, you cretin.
A reason?
This. I hand him the scrap of paper. A split second later, I realize just how much of an idiot I am. I let Sunohara control how our entire exchange went.
Huh, a written threat. Things are starting to get interesting.
He's the last person I should have shown this to.
Okay, now I must have your
Now, I must have your permission to go crush the Coral Club, right? He puts his hands together and starts popping his knuckles.
No, you can't.
Furukawa starts to yell.
You can't just decide automatically that this is something Nishina-san's group is responsible for. She wouldn't do something like this. She wants to work together with everyone else to sing songs. Someone like that would never do this.
This is the first time I've heard Furukawa raise her voice like this. I really wonder about that. Tsunohara doesn't seem to be the least bit affected by the fact, though. His goal has already changed in his mind. He's gone from wanting to earn the right to all-you-can-eat bread to wanting to crush the Coral Club. It'd just be a fun way to kill time for someone as hot-headed as Tsunohara, something he'd find much more interesting than bread. All the signs point to them. Who else would consider the disbanded drama club an enemy? Come on, tell me. Cut it out, you goon. Seriously? I know you're thinking the same thing.
Is that true? Do you both think that Nishina-san's group did this?
Of course we do. Right, Okazaki? What the fuck? No. Like, the biggest no ever. No. What? Are you seriously telling me that? Yeah, I am. 3 girls getting together to make a choral club wouldn't have the guts to do something like this. It's the other way around. It's girls that would do something like this. You couldn't possibly think that all the girls in the world have the same kind of personality as her, right? In the world. Then it'd be covered in dungos.
I never said anything like that.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, if that's what you're gonna be, if that's how you're gonna be, then I'm taking care of this on my own. Got that?
You can't. Tsunohara-san, please, don't do that.
Tch. I guess not even Tsunohara can resist Furukawa's begging. Those puppy eyes. Gets you every time. Parting with Furukawa as I'm headed toward the classroom. A small girl is leaning against the door of the next classroom. That back. I've seen it somewhere before. But this floor only has third-year classrooms. So maybe she's looking for someone. Maybe she's looking for me? No, we're not that close. In the first place, her impression of me can be summed up with that catchphrase of hers, the worst. I fall in line beside Tsunohara and pass by her.
Ah, the weird person has come.
See? It wasn't me. She's looking for some weirdo.
Please wait, weird person.
So it was me after all? She's grabbed the edge of my jacket.
Isn't it obvious? It's not easy to find someone who can match your level of weirdness. A person like you wouldn't appear more than once every 10 years, and there are good odds that it's not even an exaggeration. No, it's totally not an exaggeration.
Thank you very much.
Don't mention it. The truth deserves to be told.
And I deserve to make some sarcastic comments here, don't I? Who's this little brat? Someone you know? Tsunohara cuts in, tilting his head toward Fuko curiously. Well, you could say that, or maybe not.
There's another weird person.
What? Just what's so weird about me?
The color of your hair is impossible.
We've only just met, and this is how you talk to me? Isn't she interesting? Twist your nose and see if a prize falls out.
Stop making things up.
She does look pretty funny when she's angry, yeah.
Fuko's angry face is not something to be amused by. Fuko just wants to talk to the weird person. There are too many people here, so please come this way. This way seems good enough. The thing Fuko wants to talk about is...
So what is it?
There are 2 weird persons! But Fuko only called one of you.
Is that so? Bye then.
You are the one Fuko called.
So that's me? She's grabbing my sleeve again. Didn't you call me a weird person just now?
You're a weird-haired person.
This brat just wants to start a fight, doesn't she? Look, my whole existence is weird to her. Be thankful you're only partly weird. Whatever you say. I'll let it go this time. Sudahara walks away, still looking rather displeased.
Phew.
First of all, stop calling me the weird person. It's way too confusing.
What's your name again?
I don't even mind if you don't remember my name, just don't call me weird. People may start to think I'm a freak.
Then please tell Fuko your name again.
Okazaki.
Well then, Okazaki-san.
Sounds about right. It looks like she's finally gonna get to the point.
Okazaki-san, don't you have something to say to Fuko?
Something to say.
Yes.
Let's see. You were up all night crying, right? You tell me you love me 24/7. There's nothing unnecessary, right? Oh, I'm so... tell me you love me 24/7. You were up all night crying. We're gonna go with this one. Tell me you love me 24/7.
No.
Was that so?
Okazaki-san really is a rude person. Please try to remember it. If you can recall what happened yesterday, you'll remember that what you have to say to Fuko.
I spent some time deep in thought. If my memory serves me right, I think I did take her into the male toilet. Those things you saw were men's urinals.
Please don't suddenly drop weird statements like that.
No, that was my honest effort to figure out what I have to say to you.
That's the worst.
Well, you're not wrong. But other than that, just what could it be?
So you really can't remember?
No, not at all.
It's about the present.
What present?
This.
Fuko's holding something. It's a wooden star sculpture. Right, I have seen it somewhere before. What do you mean by present?
Yes, it's a present.
From you to me?
That's right. It's a present from the ever-sharp Fuko to the weird Okazaki-san.
So that's what it was about. I didn't know what to do with it, so I gave it to my father. Guess he doesn't have to know about that. So basically, what she's wanting me to say is a word of gratitude. But she just pushed it onto me. Who would feel grateful receiving a present that way? I can't seem to force myself to thank her. How much was it? I take out my wallet.
It's a present!
If you say so. Fine, I'll take it that way. Thank you! With manliness, not unlike that of Shinji Tanimura, I bravely shout the words and start walking away.
Please wait!
She grabs my jacket again. Just what is it you want? Class is about to start.
It's just that
Whatever, just hurry and say it.
Fuko's sister is getting married.
Really?
That's why, if it's possible, could you please come and congratulate her?
What, me?
Yes.
Fuko sis, congratulations on your marriage. There you go.
That's not it!
She's pulling my whole arm now. What do you want now? I said it already.
Not today, on the day of the ceremony.
A ceremony? You mean the wedding?
Yes.
You want me to come to the wedding?
Yes.
No, thank you.
Why? Weren't you happy to receive the present?
It has nothing to do with the present. Of course I wasn't happy at all. I have no such obligation to your sister. I don't even know you all that well.
One-chan used to teach art here in this school.
Really? Then maybe I've seen her before.
She resigned 3 years ago, though.
If that's the case, what you're trying to do is totally pointless. If she quit 3 years ago, no student currently at this school would even know who she is.
So you think so too?
It's obvious. Anyone who knew your sister's already graduated last year. Which means the students here now have no obligation to her. How about the bridegroom?
Her partner is Yusuke-san. He doesn't talk much, but he's very kind.
Not what I asked. How's she related to the school? Oh, how's he related to the school?
Not at all.
Then neither of them has anything to do with the current students? She casts her eyes down at the carving and starts stroking it gently. So, you've been trying to round up people to congratulate your sister?
Yes.
By making presents and giving them to everyone at school?
Yes.
I'm at a loss for words. Perhaps telling the truth is better for her at this stage. Give it up.
Huh?
I think you're already aware. It would take a miracle for that to work. In this day and age, people don't just give a damn about some stranger's sister's wedding. I don't know about people with much free time on their hands, but at a school focused on college prep, no one's going to prioritize anything over studying. So she's been doing all those things for her sister. When it's something special like your sister's wedding, maybe it's normal for them to want a lot of friends to go and wish her well. But surely there are plenty of other ways to do that. You really are clumsy, aren't you?
Yes.
She opens her hands to show me the cuts she got from carving. It's not what I meant. Are you still gonna try and do this against all odds?
Yes, obviously.
She doesn't even hesitate. That kind of present?
Yes. This may sound like bragging, but it's quite cute.
She embraces the carving with a smile. This kind of earnestness is one of my weaknesses. Fine. Just do what you want.
Yes.
But remember, don't get careless. If I see any new entries on you, I'm gonna step in, got it?
Got it.
I sure hope the result will sound as good as your reply. Are you really sure you can do it?
No problem. Fuko's way more capable than Okazaki-san.
She sure knows how to look down on me, even at her height.
Well then, it's time to go.
Yeah. She pitter-patters towards the nameless male student and tries to talk to him from behind. What?
This is for you.
Her hands stretch out, holding the star carving. Huh? What is this?
It's a present.
For me?
Yes.
Thanks. The male student takes the awkwardly shaped wooden sculpture in both hands.
And just one thing.
Huh?
Fuko's sister's getting married. So if you could, please come and congratulate her.
Huh? Who are you talking about?
Fuko's sister. She was an art teacher in this school until 3 years ago.
3 years ago? Then I don't think I know her. His answer is the same as mine. There's an impossibly long road in front of her. I can't help thinking of it that way. She's gonna get to do this every day. She's going to do this every day, asking every single person she meets. I just happen to be the first of them. I have no intention of blessing the wedding of an unknown woman. But I feel like it'd be really nice if a lot of people went. Seriously though, where's the star she gave me? Well, it should be well taken care of, that's for sure. Even if it no longer belongs to me. Alright, I think we're gonna go ahead and stop it here. This was definitely a shorter... Was it a shorter video? I don't know. Sometimes I catch myself saying stuff like, oh, this was a shorter video than normal, and then I go through to edit it, and it's like fucking an hour long. But I don't think this one was that long. Alright, so yeah, a bit of a more moderately lengthed video. But honestly, some very fun, very entertaining interactions, for sure. So, with Fuko, probably the most prominent character in this little bit here. She has this whole thing going on with giving out wooden star carvings as presents to try and get people to go to her sister's funeral. It's not funeral, sorry, her sister's wedding. Her sister's wedding. So a little bit strange, a little bit of a weird way to do it, but given some of the characters we've met thus far, I don't think she's that much of a stretch. And then obviously there's this whole thing with the advisor for the drama club and somebody threatening Furukawa because of it. So there's always that. In terms of who did that, who knows if it actually was somebody a part of the choral club. If it wasn't, then I mean, I could see it being maybe the like the student council president, maybe. Kind of a stretch, but it could be. But obviously, I think the more realistic answer would be that it's going to be somebody from the choral club. So, but That's gonna be it for this time. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like on the video and tell me in the comment section below what you'd like to see me play next. If you enjoyed this video or any of the video series on my channel, then I hope that you hit the subscribe button and turn on post notifications so you'll be notified when a new one of those videos comes out. Anyways, that's it from me, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!